Hey everybody, it's Rich from Virginia Beach. It is Thursday, March 5th, 2026, and I made a video yesterday about questioning your government. And I want to give you a very apropos example of what I was talking about. And I also had mentioned on my video from yesterday that we should vote out of office every incumbent senator and representative in the Congress today because they are absolutely falling way, way, way short of their oath of office. And the only way that they're ever going to be held responsible to that is by we, the people, standing up. I'm not saying go to D.C. with your arms, although we could do that. We have a right to do that. But I think there's a better way. I don't support violence unless there is no other resort. And we're way far away from that. Way, way far away from that. Every 2 years, our House of Representatives comes up for a vote. And it is my extreme belief that none of them have been doing their job for a long time, and we, the people, have not been paying attention. I get it. We're busy raising our children. We're busy trying to pay the bills, trying to pay for our insurance, trying to put food on the table, trying to keep a house over your head. I get that. I totally understand. I know why that happened. I'm not blaming anybody. I was that way too. And so I get it. This is not pointing fingers at anybody. It's just kind of a nudge, a little nudge like, hey, this is what's going on, and here's what we can do to fix it. I'm going to show you a little example of what is going on in the House of Representatives, which is half of our Congress. They're passing House Continuing Resolution number 38. They voted on it today in the House. And what this is, and it'll explain a little bit about it, but I'll preface it a little bit. It is a bill, a continuing resolution to send to the Senate so it can go to the president to pull all of our troops out of Iran because Congress never declared war on Iran. Which is, they can do that, but the Senate can also just impeach the president. When the president acts unconstitutional, or in this case, extra constitutional, he's exercising power we the people never gave him, which is an undeclared war on another country. Only Congress can do that. Only Congress can declare war. Article 1, Section 8 of the Constitution clearly lays out that is the legislature's responsibility. The last time we did that was on Japan in 1941. I think it was December 8th, 1941, after they bombed Pearl Harbor. Constitutionally, that was a just war. You can not agree with it all you want, but it was done properly. It was waged by the legislature and concurred by the president, and we went to war. There hasn't been a declared war since Japan in 1941. That is a long, long time ago. That was way before I was even born. And we've been waging wars my whole lifetime. I was born in the build-up to the Vietnam War, and there's been one ever since. I don't think there's been more than a month of my entire lifetime, and I'm turning 62 next month, that we haven't been at war. That's ridiculous. We didn't declare war on Korea when we had the Korean War. We didn't declare war on Vietnam. We didn't declare war on Panama, Grenada. None of these armed conflicts our countries had, Congress has not declared war. They might call it an operation, or like this one's Operation Epstein Fury. Well, I call it Epstein Fury. So does a lot of other people. because we're not waging this war to benefit to safeguard the American people. Who are we waging this war to benefit? Well, that's up to interpretation. It's damn sure not us. But anyway, take a look at this and tell me what you think.
Pursuant to Clause 8 of Rule 20, the unfinished business is the vote on the adoption of House Concurrent Resolution 38, on which the yeas and nays are ordered. The clerk will report the title of the concurrent resolution.
Resolution 38, concurrent resolution directing the President, pursuant to Section 5C of the War Powers Resolution, to remove United States Armed Forces from unauthorized hostilities in the Islamic Republic of Iran.
Question.
Okay, did you hear that? To remove U.S. forces from hostile activities in the Republic of Iran. So they're having a bill on here to force the president to remove the forces from hostile actions. When in fact, every one of these clowns you see standing there and smiling.
News on the adoption of the concurrent resolution. Members will record their votes by electronic device. This is a 5-minute vote.
Look at them all walking around on there, smiling. Look at him just milling around like it's another day at the office. Every one of these people need to be voted out of office. Every one of them that are coming up for re-election this November 2026. That's 8 months from now. Need to be voted out of office. Every one of these people who are not doing their job, they're not withholding their oath to the Constitution and to the American people. They should be impeaching Trump right now, invoking Article 25 or the 25th Amendment to impeach the president who has authorized our troops, absent a declaration of war, to go to war and to lose their lives for another country. Not for America. Iran was not threatening America. Iran was actually twice had went in and was having negotiations with the president's son-in-law, Jared Kushner, and his buddy, Steve Witkoff. They did that twice. And while they were negotiating, they came back at last Friday the 13th, as a matter of fact, 2025, and bombed Iran. They were supposed to restart negotiations the following Monday on the 16th of June, but no, they were bombed on the 13th, Friday the 13th of June, 2025. And they just did it again on February 28th and killed the supreme leader of Iran. This is absolutely ridiculous. So, you see the yays up here, two smart Republicans voted for this, even though this is a feckless bill. It's a continuing resolution, 38. House Continuing Resolution. That's what that stands for, number 38. 215 Republicans voted for it, when actually they should be petitioning the Senate to impeach the president, who is acting extra constitutionally. He is violating his oath of office, and every one of these clowns you see standing around, including the big head clown up here in the podium, none of them are doing their job. They are betraying America. This should not be allowed to happen, folks. So there you go. That's our Congress. Now, I'm going to read from you the 25th Amendment, Section 4. Whenever the Vice President and whenever the vice president and a majority of either the principal officers of the executive departments or of such other body as Congress may by law provide, transmit to the President pro tem of the Senate and the Speaker of the House of Representatives their written declaration that the President is unable to discharge the powers and duty of his office, the Vice President shall immediately assume the powers and duties of the office as acting President. That's the supreme law of the land. I didn't make this up. A whole bunch of people smarter than me made this up, our founding fathers, and I fully back it 100%. And that's why the 25th Amendment was put in there. If the president cannot or will not faithfully discharge his duties in office or of office, Congress shall write their written declaration that he is unable to perform his duties, and he shall be removed. That is how this is supposed to work. Right now, these critters that you just seen voting on House Continuing Resolution 38 to tell the president when they should be following Article 25 and impeaching his ass. That's what they should be doing. They have a right to do, not a right, they have an obligation to us to do what they said they were going to do. They promised to us that they would faithfully uphold their duties. They took an oath to enter Congress. They took an oath to the Constitution. If you're a state officer, you take an oath to the state constitution. It's like that in all 50 states. Any constitutional officer takes an oath to the Constitution, whether it be state or federal. Read your state constitutions. They're written very similarly to the federal Constitution. You can't have, rights and responsibilities, rights under one constitution and they're taken away by another. It doesn't work that way. They work hand in hand. They work in conjunction with each other. One doesn't override another. One doesn't supersede another. They work together. The constitutions are designed to work together, and they do. They're supposed to. It's up to us to make sure that they do. I'm done blathering on for the evening. Y'all have a good day, and peace.